Hey guys, what's happening? Mike and Sophia here at Maverick. We are on fire, ready to rock, right? We're launching a new series. This is the new series called The Climb, and we hope that this is going to be beneficial and blessing you guys on insight having to do with
Drum roll. E-commerce.
e-commerce.
Woo!
It's all new. It's all perspective, right? We're going to have the right perspective. We're going to deliver for you guys. We're excited. It's going to be amazing. And hopefully you're on with us. You're going to get some goods, some riches are going to be passed on to you to be able to put into action. Because today is the day to take action and change your life forever. Are you ready?
Heck yeah, you guys are ready and amped to do the climb with us.
Yes.
And before we jump into the intro, I have a little joke for you that has to do with e-commerce.
Let's do this.
I love ordering things online because when they arrive, it's like a present from me to me. That's why we get so many brown Amazon boxes almost every day.
Yes, and we are going to
It's
copy.
like Christmas.
We're going to copy
Every
someone we
day.
love. We're going to take every box we have that's filled our garage. We're going to crunch it down, cut it up, turn it into a giant cardboard fort, right?
Yes.
You guys want to watch that?
We have enough cardboard boxes in our garage to make a large, probably 3-story fort. Anyway,
All right, no joke.
No, let's
But
get
that
in.
tells you something. So e-commerce, right? We're on that topic, and that's one reason. Another reason we want you guys to be fired up, because this could change the way you do, change your game, change the way you do e-commerce, and boom, you could be the one, just like Amazon, crushing it because they've worked out a system, right? It's not just this like, let's try it, let's guess, let's hope. No, there's obviously risk involved in any business, but there are plans, and they've structured right, they've branded right, they've done all this stuff right, which we're taking notes.
Yeah, so we're amped to launch this course with you guys. It's called The Climb because anyone who's done an e-commerce shop and done it well knows that it's a climb.
That's right.
You're climbing.
That's right.
And it's about enjoying that climb and not just seeing it as a struggle. And that's what we've seen as clients. Why we decided to do this course was client after client that was coming to us with e-commerce stuff.
Right.
They all had similar issues and similar problems, and we're like, dude, we should do a course which will kind of address many of these similar issues and help people set up a strong foundation from the very beginning before they get far down the road and then they're like, oh man, it's not working, I'm not selling, I'm not doing anything, why isn't it going anywhere?
Right.
And then you look back and it's like it wasn't set up with a solid foundation. And so that's what this course is about. It's about giving you guys that solid foundation for your e-commerce shop to just have you be able to go the distance.
That's right. Some of these stories were like, whew, I had to wipe away some tears and like walk away with like heart just aching for these people, because it just went from, they were super excited, right? They had a vision, they had this idea, they had these great products, they're super stoked to get this online, be helpful. Their intent was awesome. They wanted to make a difference or a change. They want to help change the way people either were, what they were consuming or whatever it is, their health. And there was such great ideas and the vision was awesome. But then when they got out there, they either spent a ton of money. Some of these stores were like, I put in so much money, I paid so much. And then they're talking to us with a little bit of a sensitive heart, like, I don't know, like, should I continue? And I'm like, whoa. Like, if that's in your question in your heart, scratch it. First and foremost, let's discover what this means, right? Are you really serious about what you want to do? Because that's another big one, right? We kind of touch on that today, but these foundational pieces were missing. That's the thing. Their foundation was not there. So they put out stuff, they tried, they didn't go anywhere, and it was like heartbreak, frustration. I'm about to give up, about to quit. We want to flip that.
Yeah, that's it. So if you are in e-commerce right now and you're struggling or just having issues. We want to give you hope.
That's right.
And tell you that you can turn things around. It's going to take some work, but you can fix some of the stuff, and we're going to cover those main issues in this series that we see people doing over and over and over again.
Yes.
But let's start with the first one. Let's get things rolling.
Right on.
The number one thing that we see people just jumping over, probably due to excitement or just not knowing or misguidance. But what's the first thing, babe?
The first things first, and we always start with clarity. Clarity. So 100%. And that's the thing. People sometimes even have a struggle with when we tell them, get your clarity first. And they're like, clarity, what does that mean? Right? So let's define and get
exactly
so that you get what clarity means.
Exactly, and what we mean by clarity. And we really want you to be clear on who you want, who's your ideal customer.
That's right.
Get super clear and super specific on who you want to sell to. And then the second thing we want you to get super clear on is the experience you want to create for that ideal customer.
That's right.
Because if you know those two things, that's going to be the foundation for then, designing your brand and your packaging, designing your shop, designing your email marketing, all of your marketing content. It all starts with those two things.
Completely.
And it might seem super elementary. You might be like, duh, but you would be so shocked of how many people skip over that. They're, like we said, they're either excited or misguided, and they just jump right into creating the shop. But know those two things. What are the two things? We're going to reiterate. I know, just in case, it's so important. What do they need to be clear on?
So,
number one,
focus on your who, right? And we always say it so many times just to be with emphasis because it's so vital. Who is your ideal person? And now we're not talking like, again, Sophia mentioned this on the global scale, because a lot of times that's what people want to impact, right? They want to make a big difference on the whole world, right? They want to go worldwide. Awesome. And we say, yes, do that. We are behind you 100%. But you have to be able to get clear on the person, identify that person clearly with specifics, right?
Yeah, specifics and
huge specifics. So that's the first one.
And the second is the experience. You guys, we've all been on shops. We've been searching online on stuff, and even on Amazon. We'll go to a shop on Amazon.
Yeah.
And I know that's harder to kind of tailor the shop. That's more about your packaging and your branding and other stuff, but which we'll get to on the next module. But so let's just think about going to shops. So you're doing a Google search, you're shopping online, and you land on, you land on different shops as you're going through.
Right.
The ones where you're just like, ugh, right away, nope, that's not for me. You make those instantaneous decisions, or you land on one, you're like, this is really cool. I really like their stuff. I'm going to search in, and now I know about who they are, who founded this. I know all, because it was it's speaking to you. You're self-identifying to that product, to that brand. And that's because they've done the work.
Yes,
they got the clarity on the who and on the experience.
Right. So, and there's two things that I want to hit on really briefly that have to do with this, and that is when it's done right, you've done the research, and you are focusing on the ideal person, right? A lot of people go, "Oh man, but then I'm gonna exclude her and him and that," and you know what? That's not going to happen. It's actually the other way around. That's a false truth. People are like, that doesn't make sense to me. Then, they feel like all of a sudden they're shorting themselves. But what happens is you define exactly who you're speaking to. You know how you're going to lay down your messaging, how you're going to put out your imagery. What is it that you're going to say to them, right? How to reach that specific person. Because that's also something you're thinking things on the other perspective of who you are and who you want to connect with, right? That changes everything. That element of who I want to connect with, who do I want to work with, who do I want to sell to and be my customer, my ideal person. Because imagine this. The idea is imagining you're running a shop, a physical shop. People walk into your store. Do you want to see this specific type of person walk into your store and you're dealing with that customer all the time on a regular basis? And that same person also becomes a return person saying, hey, what's happening? You know him by name. Joe, what's happening? How are you? So good to see you. What can I help you with? What's going on today? What is it you're looking for? Right? And you're that experience that shifts everything on their mindset and your mindset, who you're speaking to. Think that through.
Yeah.
That's a huge one. The other one is Sophia tapped on. Number 2 was, if you were to, and I challenge you to do this. This might be a challenge I even do with our own with our daughter. We'll see how that goes through. But you take a recorder. You don't have to be video, just an audio recorder, and you are in search of something new. Like you found out that, hey, you're gonna go camping in a few weeks, right? And so, oh snap, this is a whole new territory, a whole new place. Like I need to do some research on the place. But I also need to research, what should we be taking? What do I need to bring with me? And so you go on to, your search engine, you jump on the computer, you start recording, record your voices, record just the audio, and find out when you go to certain places, you're going to go, ew, oh, what is this? Ew, no. And then you find the place where you're looking for it, things get a little quiet at first, right? You go, oh, interesting. Play that back and you'll see for yourself that you do it even subconsciously, right? But you're searching for something that you connect with, as well as you dial in and you're like, they have the answer. They're the ones. Boom. And you start to move forward and making a purchase. Happens every time.
Yeah, and so many people, we do it all the time. And a lot of times, like Mike said, it's subconsciously.
Right.
But that's what we want to teach you through this course, is so that you can get things set up so that when your ideal customers land on your shop, they're like, boom, they're drawn in, boom. And like Mike was saying, is a lot of people think that, oh, what if I'm super specific on who I want to reach and who I want to buy from me, then I'm cutting out all these people over here. And that's the biggest pitfall we see people fall into after we work with them and educate them, our clients get it. But most people at first have this like, no, I want to reach everyone. But think about it. The generic brands out there.
Oh, yeah.
Well, who do they want to reach? They want to reach everyone. They're a brand for anyone.
Yes.
Now think about the industry leaders in any brand. They are all specific, laser focused on who their ideal customer is. And they design their branding, their marketing, everything around that person. Who are you going to be? You're going to be the generic who wants to, for everyone. And then they're constantly in a price war battle. Who's got the cheapest? Who's got this? What's got this? Whereas if you're the industry leader, you can charge those higher prices.
Truly.
You have loyal customers. You have raving fans.
Right.
That's where we want to get you guys.
Yes, we do. Now, if this doesn't resonate, and truly we're just speaking foreign languages, hang with us. But one thing, though, too, is if it's not for you, if you're like, hey, actually, I want to bust out a bunch of products, get them online, sell them, get off my chest, and move on, totally get that. We've heard that before as well. That has come to us. We're not that type of company. We're not that type of branding agency or marketing agency when it comes to that. So no problem, this isn't for you. But if this is making sense to you, all of a sudden you're going to go, and making you think, stick with us because we still have more to go.
Yep.
Right? All right, so let's keep going. We still got more to go.
So we have an example of what this is like. So we're going to let you know a little secret. Mike and I, one of our favorite places to go for date night is this. If you're ever in the Encinitas, North County area, not that this place is in Encinitas. There's a North County, San Diego. It's this little French cafe. Oh my gosh. The first time we walked through the doors of this cafe, it was just like our jaws dropped.
Yep.
It's like when you walk through there, you get transported to a little town in France.
Completely.
And you go back into another era, probably like the 70s, wouldn't you say? Like 70s?
It is definitely that era, yeah.
Like
that
an
time
old,
frame.
It's not like present day, modern France. And it is every detail. I kid you not, from the tiles to the menus to the flowers to they special order the butter for the bread. It comes in, they ship it in. I think it's like daily from a little town in France that's known for the best butter.
Yep.
The head chef. I know we kept asking because we were just like, oh my gosh, every detail of this place has been plotted, and we were just floored. I mean, the cooks, the staff,
everyone,
the chefs, it was so well ran, so well thought through, so well. It was.
That's right. Everything you see was right in front of you as well. So just like that whole French system, the cooks walk out, like they introduce themselves, they talk, they pull in their team, right, of all the people who's going to be serving. They educate them right in front of you, like. This is what's up, guys.
It's a small cafe. So you see them cooking. You see them they run, and that chef dude does not mess around. He runs that kitchen meticulously. Like he calls out something, and they respond like boom, boom, boom. But
and we will put the description.
Yeah, we'll put a link, and if you want to check it out, we highly recommend.
Truly.
And that place is packed. It's hard to get a reservation.
It's true.
And so that's what we want for you guys, for your e-commerce shops.
Exactly that. So, and now I know, Key, I've noted it. Next date night, we'll be going back to that place because she obviously
I know. I'm like telling you guys all of it. You guys, I can't even... detail, every single detail. And do you think the restaurant owner just winged it? He's like, oh, I want to start a new French restaurant. Let's pick out that location and let's get it. No, heck no.
No.
He special ordered, tiles.
Right.
Everything was meticulously plotted out.
Truly.
And planned out and thought through. Yes. And what they achieved is spectacular.
And then they treat people uniquely. That is awesome too. So each person that comes through the door, they ask them certain questions, I noticed. And as they go in, they sit them in a specific spot, right? Which makes sense because Aftermath, who they sit with or where they're at in the location in the restaurant, it was kind of like that person that's dealing with them was a great fit, as well as, they have a great attitude, but they answered so many questions. People, like guys were next to us, sat next to us. We start conversing because they were conversing, and it was like all this great information, and we're like, whoa, wow, so cool. Good. And, think about this. When they were hitting their target, it didn't mean that just because they weren't like Sophia and I, they had to be mirror image people to us.
Yeah, it wasn't like we were sitting in a restaurant full of people that were like us.
No.
They were totally different than us.
Completely.
But the restaurateur, do you call it a restaurateur? The guy who started the restaurant, he had a specific, who the mindset of the person who you want to attract.
Exactly.
And the mindset is someone that appreciates that level of excellence, that level of excellence in the ambiance, the level of excellence in the food, and the level of excellence in the service, and that wants that kind of being transported to another country, to another era kind of feeling. And so those people who like that are just like drawn to this restaurant like bees to honey.
Insane.
And that's what we want for you. Because if you, so we have no problem, that place is packed. We have no problem, people have no problem dropping good amount of ducats on a dinner there.
It's true.
But then imagine if you walk into another restaurant. There's tons of restaurants in the area where they have, picture this. They have the glowing neon open sign on the door. The floor is sticky. The menus are dirty. The wallpaper is dingy. The wait staff is rude. The food feels like it's been microwaved. Do you think that restaurant is packed?
Right.
Do you think that restaurant can charge top dollar?
Ooh.
Do you think that restaurant has people like myself who are raving fans about it? I don't think so, you guys. No.
It's kind of like that one. If you, I'm sure you've seen that. Whatever he restores. What's his name? He goes in and restores restaurants that are just jacked up for years.
Ramsey?
Yeah, Ramsey's show. And we don't watch much of it, but the guy will go in there and tell them exactly what they're doing wrong, and they don't take the advice. A lot of times they're just resistance because it's pride. It could be on the front of their restaurant and their shop, you know, and this applies to both, like e-commerce as well, because you're online before people, but it could say, we have the best X, right?
We have the best skincare line in the world.
Right. It could be, you're the best at what you do. You have to offer and you have to sell. But then people test your products or eat your food or whatever it is you're, you know, selling, and they're like, it's like, this is canned food, man. This is cat food. Are they trying to serve me cat food? But it's seriously though, the idea is when he tells them, you got to change this. This cannot continue. If you keep doing it, your business will go down to nothing. You will have nothing. And half the time he looks around, there's no one in the restaurant there already. No one there. So it's kind of a sign like, hello, you're a sinking ship. You got to make some changes.
Yeah.
So we don't want you to get to that level. We don't want you to go there. We're trying to save you from that drama, right? And we have more to give. Let's keep going to the next point.
Yeah, the next point is really just we hope that yes, you can be like, well, what do restaurants have to do with e-commerce? It's the same thing. We just want you to be, instead of just having your level of excellence down here, or just trying to like, oh, this is kind of the norm, or falling into that generic category. We want you guys, if you're going to put out an e-commerce shop, to do it, plan it out from the beginning with the who, and then that experience, and then build it meticulously. Have fun. That's our action step for this week, is to like schedule out 30 minutes and just brain dump. Enjoy it. Enjoy the climb. Enjoy it. And like be like, list out be specific on who you want is your ideal customer, and then be specific on that experience. What do you want them to feel? Do you want them to be inspired? Do you want them to be excited? Do you want them to laugh? Do you want them to like, what is that experience you want to create, that unique experience you want to create for them? And then you have that as that's your first building block, because then we're going to show you how the next module, how to build then your branding and your packaging. That's our next focus, to then stick to this first thing, which is the who, and then that experience, having always tie back.
Yes. So again, 30 minutes.
Yes, action step.
That is your action step going forward. You want to be successful online, selling e-commerce, right? Using e-commerce and selling your products, right? You definitely want to get clear. Get full clarity. 30 minutes is all it will take. You don't have to go any further, but you definitely need to take some time and block it out. Okay? That's the one thing we always do, is encourage our clients, don't get distracted. Turn off your phone, turn off your notifications, shut the TV down, right? Especially on the times you decide that's when I want to.
Instagram down.
Yes, shut off Instagram.
Or
that's
Facebook.
A major distraction. But this is not. This isn't me.
Yeah.
But
I see.
Let's get serious. Get serious.
Don't smile.
Don't smile.
Oh my gosh.
No, but take what we're trying to share to you, block it out, right? Because it does take that at least 30 minutes, sometimes more. Some guys are a little harder shelled, or which you've experienced with our clients. If it's a dude, sometimes it's hard to tap into those feelings and emotions. Yeah,
sometimes. But some dudes get it really quick.
I get it. Sometimes it's hard to tap into it. But you have to get the clarity of who you want to connect with, right? 100% ideal person. That person. Even if you can imagine in your mind, because that's always great. If you can imagine what they look like, what they have on, what their personality is like, who they say they want, what they're all about, like their likes, their dislikes. Great. Get even into mindset.
Yes, mindset's really important.
Wired like, right? Because then again,
what's their personality
that's
like?
who you're going to be working with on a regular. If you share that information and you put that imagery out there, and you share, hey, this is what we're selling, and you verbally put that in messaging and clearly portray that, you're going to hit and connect with those people. And do you want to work with them on a regular?
Yep.
So, and we've even asked the question, what is it you specifically want to make a difference in their life? Think about that too. You can go to details.
Think about the problems, the issues that they have, and how you solve them. And if you want, we go into more clarity on this on our branding series, Brave and Expand. So if you need which we go into even more depth on your who. So we can put a link in the description on that, so you can check out that and get real. We go through a lot more questions on helping you get really specific on the who. And don't fall into please don't fall into the generic trap. Like if you sit there and you're like, but I really do want to attract everyone. Just remember, think generic. Think like when you're going to the store or you're shopping online, that generic brand that always has to be the cheapest. That's what trying to attract everyone will do. But then people say like, oh, well, what about Apple? They attracted like everyone, or they didn't. If you think about though their marketing, it wasn't geared toward everyone. Their branding isn't geared towards everyone. Like, don't get it. They have it specific. Like if you look at their ads, there's a certain type of people that are in them. There's a certain type of feel. So don't go generic. And then there's so much I want to say. So much I want to say, so little time. So good.
But she did tap on something that cannot be like skipped aside and just, well, I'll move on. I'll get to that later. Make sure to do that now. Clarity first as your foundation, and then build from that foundation, because you want that foundation to not go lopsided, to get crooked.
No.
The farther along you go, the harder it is to go back and tweak that and change it. Almost like sometimes we've experienced this as well with brands that basically have done the opposite, and they went top down, and then they had to go back and spend a good amount and time and energy, and that's already when they're in the busyness of their business. They're like, whew, but they knew they had to do it. It was a little bit of that whole grinding teeth moment, but they get to it and shifted things, and that all of a sudden becomes a new, like this fresh perspective, and that's what was needed. Start from that foundation, rebuild, and boom. That things have totally shifted to where they are now crushing it. Doing amazing numbers that they'd never expected. And it's something that we love to see, is that whole like, there's a struggle, there's a fight, and sometimes like we talked about the battle, the one of our last series, right? Warrior marketing, right? There's always a battle at some type. This world is not after easy, here you go, just you're successful right on day one.
You gotta
battle
put in
through
the work.
it, right? And we'll put a link to that as well. But here's the thing. Take this and take it to heart. If you do it right, set from the right foundation, you don't have to go through all this struggle later, right? And it will progressively go, like we're talking about this series, climb. You'll continue to climb in your market space, in your industry, crushing it on the e-commerce space. So
we want you
to crush it.
And if you're I can imagine someone watching this and they're like, oh man, I've already gotten all this stuff started and I don't know if that's clarity. Don't worry. Even if you're in that spot right now, still get the clarity. And if you have to go through redoing some stuff, do it. It will save you in the long run, rather than just being like, oh no, I'm already doing it, so I'm going to do it, because it's going to be like a snag. It's never going to go away. So get that clarity now. We're going to walk you through the remainder of the steps. We're going to help you. We want to see you guys crushing it in the e-commerce space.
That's right.
And we want to see you guys having that solid foundation to where you're able to just boom, rock. Just rock your industry and be leaders in your industry. We want to see you guys just thriving, and we know you can do it. We know you can do it.
Do not be convinced that you can't. That's the one thing we've seen people just kind of give up and quit, and years go by, and that's the bummer when we know that there was this huge potential that could have really done well. But they went around the backside, and they've kind of started backwards, right, or upside down, and then boom, they hit a huge wall. They went nowhere, spent a lot of money, time, energy, blood, sweat, tears, and then just said, I can't do this anymore. I can't. And that's what we've heard. But we want to give you the hope. If you're in that spot right now, there is hope. And as we always say,
we always finish.
Failure is not final.
No.
Just because you've blown it maybe once, twice, 3 times, there is not that. Don't let this convince you that that is it. It doesn't. You need to just quit. Yeah. Call it a day. Close up shop. No more. Finished. Don't let that convince you of that just because of failure.
No way.
It is that. Take those as paid lessons.
Yes. Oh, we've fallen.
That's what we've done.
We've fallen. Oh, we've fallen, and we've spent money, and but we look at each other and we say, "Oh, we just paid for some education there."
Right. Highly paid education, right? And that's what part of this is if you think about it, those kids, those guys going into college. It could be that same situation where most guys who are ready to start a business have gone through college. They've already paid a huge chunk of money for college, right? Universities, getting a highly educated on how to, right? And they go and put out a business or start a business and it fails. And then so they have to pick up their bootstraps, pick them up by the bootstraps and go, okay, let's keep doing this, but adjust to what we need to so that then we can be successful, right, going forward. But the answer is getting the right foundation, understanding, right, who that ideal person is that you want to serve in this market, in today's era, right?
And then the experience, the who and the experience. You guys get those things and get back up. Get back up. Take that step today. I love it how you always start with today is the day to take action and change your life forever. You can do this. You've got this. We believe in you.
That's right.
God has a plan for your life.
That's right.
And we are just here to stinking cheer you on. So you're going to rock it.
That's what this is all about.
That is what it is.
Right on?
That's really what it's about.
So you're going to do awesome. Get after it today. Do not let tomorrow come and then tomorrow and then tomorrow and then nothing happens. Get after it today. Take action. And we're going to see you on the next module.
Heck yeah.
Have a great one, guys.